Our top stories this morning: Governor Obiano receives new immigration chief in the state, recommits to fight against all forms of crime. Anambra Ministry of Social Welfare dismantles fake begging syndicate in Awka. Good morning and welcome to the news. I am David Obokwasele. Governor Willie Obiano has restated the resolve of his administration towards sustaining its relationship with security agencies in the state to maintain its status as the safest state in Nigeria. The governor stated this when a delegation of the Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS, led by the new state controller, Mrs. Tochukwu Agwai, paid him a courtesy visit at the government house, Awka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo was there and now reports.
By the new Anambra State Controller of NIS, in company of some of the officers of the command, was to identify with the state government on her new position in the state and to ask for continuation of the relationship with the former controller of the agency. Governor Obiano, who was represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, while attributing the successes recorded by the state in security to the mutual relationship that exists between the state government and security agencies in the state, said his government will keep partnering them to maintain the state's status as the safest in the country. The governor also expressed the hope that the new controller will relate and work for Anambra State as done by her predecessor, assuring her of conducive environment to operate and actualize her vision and plans for the state.
I want to thank you for coming. We've had a good relationship with the Immigration Service and with other security agencies. Of course, the governor takes security very serious. He doesn't joke with security because without security, you can't have investors, coming to your state. You can't have people living in peace.
Speaking earlier, the new Anambra State Controller of Nigeria Immigration Service, Mrs. Agwai, who commended the Obiano-led administration on the mutual cooperation it has with security agencies and its landmark achievements in security, announced her readiness to work for the state, appealing for the support of the state government. Mrs. Agwai also intimated the governor on the ongoing e-registration of all foreigners in the country, which she said will last for 6 months and aimed at strengthening the security network of the country.
We want to know the number of foreigners we have in Nigeria, their whereabouts. We should be able to account for them at every point in time.
In a remark, the state deputy controller of immigration, Mrs. Ada Umana, thanked the governor for accepting to continue to partner the agency, promising that the agency will reciprocate the gesture. From the government house in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
The Chief Judge of Anambra State, Justice Ijem Onwamebu, has discharged 3 inmates from Nnewi prisons and released 10 inmates on bail. Justice Onwamebu performed the exercise when she embarked on her first visit to the prison. Judiciary correspondent Chukwuemeka Modelem was there and now reports.
Inmates discharged and acquitted by the Chief Judge are Uche Mmado, Monday Nwibo, and Uchenna Igwe. Uche Mmado was charged for armed robbery, but the complainants abandoned the case without prosecuting him as prescribed by Section 390 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2010. Based on this circumstance, Justice Onwamebu freed him and ordered the complainants, Blessing Uche and Chinaza Uche, to pay 20,000 naira compensation to the defendant as stipulated by law. The Chief Judge also dismissed a case of malicious damage filed against Monday Nwibo and discharged him based on the fact that he has stayed behind bars beyond 2 years. He was supposed to be in prison for the offense he allegedly committed if he was sentenced, while Uchenna Igwe, charged for break, entry, and stealing at night time, was discharged by the Chief Judge on the basis that the complainant failed to file information against the defendant after nearly 4 years for the reason that he has forgiven him and there are no witnesses. The inmates released on bail by Justice Onwamebu are Ifeanyi Okwuma, Nzube Okafo, Emeka Esenga, Sopuluchukwu Mbadinuju, Onyebuchi Nwosu, Chisom Nwachukwu, Ebuka Ilegbenu, Sunday Samuel Onyinye Ikweze, and Ndobumma Anowai. Speaking to the ABS, Justice Onwamebu explained that the essence of her visit to Nnewi prison was to deal with matters where the inmates have not had the opportunity of going to regular court during the time of their confinement, stressing that in no distant time, detention of inmates beyond the period of imprisonment will be a thing of the past.
The essence of this visit is to deal with the matters where the inmates have not had opportunity of going to the regular courts. Anybody in this Nnewi prisons whose case was not called up today is already being heard by the regular courts.
On his part, the Comptroller of Prisons, Anambra State, Mr. Emmanuel Nwakeze, thanked Justice Onwamebu for the intervention as it has helped to decongest the prison. He further stated that inmates are being taught skills that will make them self-reliant when discharged.
The Chief Judge has magnanimously, graciously released all those people that have overstayed, and those who have not overstayed but have not been able to access the court or their case is not ongoing. He has now given automatic directive that they be tried so that they will know their fate.
From Nnewi, Chukwuemeka Modelim, ABS News.
And on now to infrastructure. The Anambra State government has cordoned off the site of a collapsed two-story building under construction at Uhuala Amwiba Nsogwu, Umunze in Orumba South local government area of the state. The State Fiscal Planning Board, led by its executive chairman, Barrister Chike Mmadekwe, went to the building site for on-the-spot assessment. Government House correspondent Eji Kabana was there and now brings us the reports.
The collapse, which is total, happened 3 days ago while no life was lost. ABS observed on arrival that heaps of debris from the building were still on the construction site. It was gathered that the building was at the parapet stage before its eventual collapse. Speaking on the development, Barrister Mmadekwe emphasized that due to the incessant cases of building collapse in recent times, interim measures have been put in place by the board to deal with the matter, while expressing worry over the number of buildings without approvals, especially at the hinterlands. Barrister Mmadekwe warned that in the coming weeks, buildings across the state without approval risk being pulled down in line with stipulated Anambra State laws, as they will keep working towards reducing such occurrences to the barest minimum.
We have put in place interim measures to deal with this matter. One of it is that everybody who starts a building without approval will now have instructions to bring them down. And we won't care once we notice a building that has not been approved and you are building it, we take it down. We will arrest the developer, take him to court.
Mr. Nwabufo Anene, the new acting general manager of Anambra State Physical Planning Board, cited non-approval, failure, poor mixture, and poor reinforcement as possible cause of the collapse. He stressed that the state government is not happy about unapproved buildings, as they now have renewed vigor and commitment to go after quacks in the system who cause most of the building collapse, killing people in the process.
The house has no approval, and it has aged. This is not a new structure. And this is why the state government is not happy about so many buildings unapproved and being constructed with poor and inferior materials and quacks.
Mr. Sunday Ume, brother to the developer of the building, explained that he was somewhere on the fateful day when people ran to tell him that the building had collapsed, that the developer is not at home, even though the building is an old one. From Umunze, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
In a similar development, the Anambra State government has pulled down adjoining walls blocking buildings and shanties along Onitsha Owerri Road. The government also sealed off and reclaimed Abba Park in Onitsha. Again, correspondent Eji Kabana was there and now reports.
The demolition took place during an operation to rid Onitsha and environs of activities of illegal occupants who indulge in illegal activities and hide behind the walls to unleash mayhem on residents and passers-by. Men of the State Physical Planning Board, led by its executive chairman, Barrister Chike Maduekwe, with heavy security agents, stormed the area located at Opiweka, Onitsha. Barrister Maduekwe, who described it as a security operation, explained that the move became necessary as the structures contravened the state's building policy, adding that it is compliant to the board's mandate. While pointing out that security is at the center of the present administration's drive, Barrister Maduekwe warned that such illegal structures in any part of the state, which has become a den of criminals, will not be allowed to exist henceforth.
If you mention Opiweka, they will tell you that it's a dangerous place. People have been killed, people have been raped. Those walls that were brought down, I understand, at night, this place becomes a den for thieves, robbers, hard drug peddlers. What we have done today is to secure the place. The instruction is to bring down all these walls so that police can see the people because they hide behind these walls.
A transporter, Mr. Kenneth Obi, explained that robbery, phone snatching, and other criminal activities go on there, saying that most times such people take off once they sight the police, commending government for the operation as the place is now free, open, and bare for people to see the goings on at all times.
So,
Mrs. Wanneka Oke, a shop owner who sells sachet water, soft drinks, and snacks, asked government to provide an alternative place for them to stay as they were not given enough information and notice, saying that the place had been in a sorry state, expressing optimism that the move will bring perpetual security to the area. However, some people living and trading in the area who spoke to the ABS off camera for fear of being attacked by the hoodlums said that they have made several complaints to security operatives in the past on the activities of criminals in the area. From Opiweka, Onitsha, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
It is the news coming to you live from Anambra's capital city, Oka, on ABS TV. Stay with us, more stories after this time out.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Women and Children Affairs Lady Ndidumezue says the ministry is desirous of ridding the state of mentally challenged people and beggars. Lady Mezue disclosed this while parading fake beggars in her office in Oka. The report is here.
Fake beggars who operate under the name Rescue Helpers People Foundation Incorporated were in the business of using children to beg for alms across the state. The commissioner, who regretted that most of the beggars in the state are from the neighboring states, explained that her ministry, in collaboration with the Caring Family Enhancement Initiative Cafe of the wife of the governor, do train people who are unemployed in their skills acquisition center, after which they will be empowered, and warned that nobody has any reason to be begging for alms along the road.
This one here is very normal. He's not sick. You can see, let me remove. They will just use this bandage and solo tape or whatever to, you see? So this boy you are seeing now is normal. So this is fake. I will hand them over to NAPTIV to take care and, investigate more on this matter.
The mother of one of the people arrested, Mrs. Uju Obiekwe from Ihiara Council area, told ABS that she joined the syndicate after the death of her husband, and they pay her 1,500 naira daily.
Husband dead. They told me that I should follow them and work so that I will get money and start my business. This girl, Bele, have big. they bring it for this organization. Girl mama bring her to help her. So they give her Igbo medicine. The girl better go inside. They just say that they dress her so that people will be supporting the girl. If this girl is going, they will use that money and start school for him and give him mama money.
The Rescue Helpers People Foundation Incorporated was located in Oba, Anambra State, and when the fake beggars were arrested at the Unizik Junction, Oka, they were using a young girl whom they used bandage and sellotape as well as ink to cover her stomach, deceiving people that she was having stomach problem.
The Anambra State Magistrate Court 2, Amobia, presided over by Mike Anyadiegu, has given a key witness, Dr. Angore Anguiyi, up to the 2nd of August 2019 to make available to the court the copies of the threatening newspaper publications against her, alleged to have been sponsored by one Mr. Chukwunonyem Nweke. Mr. Nweke is standing trial under leave of the Commissioner of Police for alleged offenses against the state, bordering on the complaints made by the said Dr. Agui. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the hearing and now reports.
Mr. Chukwunanye Nweke from Obuneze, Umudioka in Oka South Council area is facing defamatory and threat to life charges for alleged outbursts against Dr. Angre Agui, also from the same village. Dr. Agui, a lecturer with the Nwaforis College of Education in Subwe, on confession told the court that the suspect, in collaboration with two named friends, had made continuous threats to her life and defamed her personality on designated Facebook page known as Oka 33 Villages. She also alleged to have received phone calls from the suspect and his cohorts threatening to harm her. She said the accused, who is her next door neighbor, had land boundary disputes with her family, which had been ruled by the court in her favor in May 2018 by a retired chief judge of the state. However, the accused, Mr. Nweke, who spoke to pressmen, is alleging that the court judgment which ruled in favor of the witness was fabricated to keep him quiet. He said the witness took away the only land left for him by his late parents, as well as colluded with some law enforcement agents to keep away the evidence file he submitted against her in the first suit.
Applying for CTC of all the documents in my case file, they refused. On the day they invited me, we were there. They now threw me inside cell and said that they have done with my investigation. I don't have evidence.
Adjourning the matter to the 2nd of August 2019, Magistrate Anyadiegu said it was to enable the witness, Dr. Agui, present before the court tangible evidence supporting her allegations. From the Anambra State Magistrate Court, Amobia, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
And now to Onitsha, where the chairman, Electrical Dealers Association of BOSI, Evangelist Peter Obi, says the 1.4-kilometer access road from Owerri Road to Electrical Dealers International Market to Akoro Bosi, estimated at 30 million naira, will be reconstructed in 2 weeks. Evangelist Obi disclosed this at the official flag-off of the road construction held at their market premises. Details from our studio.
The flag-off ceremony was performed by Evangelist Obi, who was accompanied by members of his executive, the past chairman of the market, patrons, trustees, and other traders in the market to inspect the ongoing work. He expressed happiness with the quality of work being done by the contractor handling the project and explained that the union will asphalt the road within their market premises, but from their back gate to Akoro Obosi will be graded to make it more treble. While thanking Governor Willie Obiano for the 10 million naira granted to the market for development, which he said was used for building their secretariat, housing their multipurpose hall and offices with toilet facilities. Evangelist Obi noted that the union under his watch since 2016 has built a security house, borehole, and motor park, and pleaded with the state governor to tar the access road from Akora.
Garsi ko pagaria monosi na pagari we mi he aya to bahanya we ma na otu kula na nkwa n'izu ka na abu na olu a na ga chikota onu.
The managing director, MP Brown Construction Company, Mr. Morgan Ofodum, who is the contractor handling the project, said he has been adequately mobilized to commence work and promised to deliver the project in 2 weeks as scheduled.
ha kwado m ọfụma gbaa m ume ọfụma nye m obi njiwe bata n'ike na-alụ ya n'ike n'ikefu anyị alụsị ya before oge anyị nyefa.
Reacting, the Vice Chairman of the Union, Comrade Chukwuma Agwasenwa, who is also the Chairman Works Committee, expressed joy with the vision of their chairman in reconstructing the access route to their market, pointing out that the project will enhance the general welfare of both the traders and their customers.
Fedema ka ọ bụ na onye ọbụla rigoro n'ọchịchị ọ mara Fedema ya mee anyị banyere n'ọchịchị lee anya fụ na the road esi abata na the market adịsoro oke so anyị nwa decide ka anyị mee ka ọ dịkwa oke.
The Secretary General of the Union, Mr. Eliezer Ojiako, and the Secretary Board of Trustees, Sir Anthony Adibe, praised the prudent management of the finances of the Union, adding that their customers coming from Mbo or Owerri Road can now drive in and out of their markets with ease. Some of the past chairmen of the markets, including Chief Innocent Mojeku, Chief Ogonogo Ibawa, Chief Benjamin Oji, and a trustee, Chief Sunday Okonkwo, said Evangelist Obi has brought unprecedented developments in their markets and urged him to maintain the peace now reigning in the markets. From Obosi, Njide Ezonyejak reporting for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, these are the main points again. Governor Obiano has received new immigration chief in the state, recommitting to fight against all forms of crime. Anambra Ministry of Social Welfare has dismantled a fake beggar syndicate in Oka. And that is the news at this time. I am David Obokwasile. Thank you for joining us this morning.